Hello again, guys, and welcome back to Slovenia. As the manager of Aluminij, we have reached the end of our first full season here in the Slovenian top flight. You can see on my profile screen we now have our Continental Pro license, which is fantastic. That means we are as high as we can go in terms of footballing qualifications, and you can see our attributes are very, very good for a manager. Now, things have gone pretty well for our first full season here in Slovenia. Obviously, you were here last time, that disappointing defeat after that immense run of victories that we did have. Obviously, we'll have a run through of what we've done since then. We'll have a quick look over the finances. We're also back in our own stadium for the final game of the season as well. It's now completed its expansion. We can speak Slovenian quite well as well, so we're doing well personally here in Slovenia. One thing I do want to give you a quick look at, I'll just leave it on the screen for a little bit, is my actual manager history. The total amount of time that we've played, which is now 6,683 days. We've made £450,000. Our highest transfer fee spent is still £200,000. This was back for Bohemians, and I believe he's still there. He is indeed. Must be something of a club legend now at 244 appearances. And the highest one was this season for Colombo, 400k that we received in. Now I have surpassed that once the transfer window opens. Peter has he was wanted, and he was wanted by 3 clubs, and I've made them sort of bid against each other to try and get the maximum amount I could. And in the end, the board stepped in and said that we can't refuse this anymore. We're accepting this, and it's actually quite a substantial fee. It's going to be. In fact, he hasn't confirmed it yet. He has not confirmed it yet, Peter. He's probably still in the contract stage, but it was around about £750,000, which would get us out the hole we're in financially. But anyway, going over since you were last here, obviously that 1-0 defeat to Bravo. We then took on Maribor, and believe it or not, we absolutely thumped Maribor 7-2. I could not believe it. I could not believe it at all. We did take the lead. We then went 2-1 down, but then we put 6 past them without reply. Kabangu grabbing 3, Peter with 2 as well, and we did deserve the win. It was unreal at their place as well. The dominant team in Slovenia followed that up with a 3-1 win over Domžale. Again, Zaga, Pirik and Turichnik with the goals. Again, another fantastic performance. Peter didn't really perform, but we did outperform Domžale really, really well. Unfortunately, we followed that up with a draw against Mura. Now, Mura did sack the manager. This was their caretaker manager in charge. And we, like I said, we picked up the 2-2 draw in what was a fairly even game. Rafael Duran, I've started playing him because he was just unhappy and he was causing havoc throughout the team. And in the end, Turnic and somebody else, I can't remember who it was, but they came to see me and I said, look, I'll play him just to try and keep the dressing room atmosphere going. So 2-2 draw against Mura there. We followed that with a disappointing 4-3 defeat to Koper. Bartley got a double in this one, and Maverick with 1, but Kankar with a hat-trick and Javonik with the penalty for Koper. So we did lose one there, but we've been on an unbeaten run since then. We've taken on a Radomil 2-0 in that one. Nathan Bartley with both the goals. Again, another dominant performance in that one. Followed that up with a 3-0 over Gorica. Pirik with a hat-trick in this one, coming in up front for Kabangu. Again, another fantastic performance. 3-0 over Maribor again, so we beat Maribor back-to-back, and it was another fantastic performance by the boys. Rafael Duran, Nathan Bartley and Istok Pirik with the goals. And again, another game which we did deserve to win. Now, by this stage, Maribor had been crowned the champions, so whether they rotated their squad, I don't know. But 2-2 with Olympija, who are today's opponents. They're also the team who we're fighting for position-wise in the league. Maverick got 2 goals in this one, puts 2-0 up, but we did give it away. Conceded in the 80th minute. The equaliser probably should have won the game on reflection, but fairly even overall. And after that, we followed it with another draw against Radomile, 3-3 in this one. And again, a very, very even game. Kabangu with a double, Matic with 1. But Malaka with 2 for them, and Finkst also scored a penalty. But again, they scored the equaliser really, really late on. So I was disappointed to drop points in that one. But we have recently beaten Sale 5-1. Already relegated Sale now. So Durain, Bartley and Kabangu with the goals in this one. And here is the hole that we're in financially. £683,000 in debt now. So if the Peter transfer does go through, then it's probably not going to... is he not under a bid? I thought he was under a bid. I don't know what's actually happened there, but he was under a bid for £850,000. You can see his guide value is 375 to 900k. I don't know what's actually happened there. Then I must have missed something, because I'm pretty sure that when I had a look through it, if we have a look, he failed. Oh, right, he failed to agree. So he's rejected the contract talks. Right, okay. I'm going to have to set up another bidding war then for Peter. But we'll get into that. Obviously, I'll do it at the end of the season. This is the last game of the season today, though, guys. Just quickly show you where we're at in the table. Obviously, I've been through all the fixtures and results. Maribor are the champions. They're 16 points clear of us, so there's still a lot of work for us to do. We currently find ourselves sat in second place, though. Now, we can still finish third, which obviously depends on which European competition that we do sign for. But 20 wins from 35 games has been an absolutely brilliant season. We've only scored 4 less goals than Maribor, which is great as well. Still conceding a lot of goals, but as we know throughout our career here in Football Manager, we're in our 7th nation now. All the nations we've played in, we've conceded a lot of goals. We just outscored the opposition, which is exactly what we've done this season. But a positive 31 goal difference is absolutely brilliant. If we have a look at last season and Aluminij, we finished 8th with 42 points. We're currently sat on 66, so we've made an improvement of 24 points over the season, which, like I say, is really good. Maribor finished on 81 last season, 83 the season before. They're currently on 82, so you're talking early 80s to mid 80s to win the championship. So we've got 20 points left to find next season, but we can still finish third this season. Obviously, we are taking on Olympija now. They could also possibly finish above Koper. They'd need a 7-goal swing, though, against us. Olympija are our opposition today. Koper are away to Mura, who have moved up to 7th, by the way. They are safe from relegation. Mura, possibly the second biggest team here in Slovenia. But today's lineup, it's going to be, we're going to have Mastria as the right back. This will be his last game for the club before he returns to Spezia. Turicnik, also his last game for the club, having agreed to leave at the end of his contract. It's then going to be Reuter as the other second half. Stojovic, again, another one in his final game for the club, unless I can afford to buy him, but I might find somebody better. Midfield 2 is Rodic and Zizmund. The 2 inverted wingers for today are going to be Mavric and Duran, and then up top we're going to have Bartley and Kabangu, hoping to pick up this result against Olympija. We did draw against them the last time we played them, but I would like to finish in that second spot. More money for the Europa League than there is the Europa Conference League. Plus, if we do lose at a certain stage in the Europa League, we can still drop down into the Conference League. So still an opportunity of European football, which would help us out massively financially. And we definitely need the help. With £700,000 in debt now, I'm not going to be able to bring in any improvements until I can get us out of that debt. Really, I can bring improvements in, but not great improvements, especially with the wages that we're going to be able to offer. I think the most I can offer at the minute is £550 a week, and some of the players who would not make too much of an improvement to us, they want at least £1,600 a week. So that's a big area of concern, but we've overcome that challenge before. As we do get our first highlight, it's Stojanovic finding Mavric. Zizman loses the ball, but Rodic collects it, drives forward through the centre of the park, looking to feed Bartley. Bartley to his strike partner, Kabangu. And Kabangu gets his 24th goal of the season. A great flowing move there by Aluminij over the 4th place side in Olympija. And it's a great start to the game inside of 20 minutes to go 1-0 up. And that would confirm us in that second place. Solomon with a corner for Olympija, though. Nikolic does really, really well. Comes to claim that. Good commanding of his area there. Looking at long, but it's a poor ball out. And now it's Jelic for Olympija. Comes back to Babazic. Goes long over the top. Easy for Turicnik, though. He had more time than that, but he does find Rodic. Rodic looking for Kabangu. Can't win the header, but Bartley challenging for the ball. Striker gets the ball forward. Again, we've won the header. Zizmund helps it on out wide to the left to Mavric. He's got Bartley ahead of him. Good ball down the left-hand side. Bartley approaching the penalty area. Going to cut back on his right foot. He does. Finds Mavric. Mavric the ball into the box towards Duran, but it's well blocked by the defender. Right, we're getting towards half-time now, and we do have another highlight. It's Jelic on the right-hand side for Olympija. Finds Balazic to Strojkal. Chet, Rauzan. Balazic? Strojkal. Long ball over the top. That's going to be easy for Nikolic, though, and he comes out of his area, rolls the ball out to Stojanovic. Can Stojanovic get us going? He turns, finds Zizmund. Zizmund to Reuter. Reuter, long ball. Great ball looking over the top towards Bartley, who's in behind here. Again, cuts back on that right foot. Finds Stojanovic. Well forward is the left back. Ball in on his weaker right foot. Get your words out, Dean. Have we got a penalty there? I think we've got a penalty. We have got a penalty. Right, I've got my teeth back in now, guys. Hopefully I can speak now. But yeah, it's been awarded as a penalty. I didn't see a lot wrong with it, but it is going to be Cabangu to step up, looking for his 25th of the season. And the goalkeeper saved it. Great save by the goalkeeper. Cabangu keeps the ball alive. And Olympija do manage to scramble the ball away. Missed opportunity there for Aluminij to take to double the lead going into half-time. It was a really, really good save down low to his left-hand side, though, by the goalkeeper from the penalty. But can we now come out firing at the start of the second half? Bartley, it's a decent ball into the box, but it's well cut up by Salomon. And the goalkeeper goes long. Should be easy for the defence. Churchnik wins that. Finds Reuter. He's got players ahead of him. Mavric looking for Bartley. Strojkal reads it well, though. Cuts it out. And they've managed to get the ball away with a good little passing move. And that was Rauzan. Korzek forward towards Che. Good ball out wide, but Stojanovic reads it really, really well and cuts it out. We've worked the ball forward towards Bartley. Good 1-2 with Mavric advancing towards the penalty area. Looking across for Cabangu. The goalkeeper's made an absolute hash of that. And Cabangu capitalises. Does get his 25th of the season now and makes it 2-0. The goalkeeper's made one hell of an error there in that goal. It was good 1-2 there between Bartley and Mavric. Mavric did all the work here. Gets the ball. Great ball across. Goalkeeper's got to do better than that, though. And Cabangu just sort of hit him and ended up in the back of the net. But I'm not going to complain. Knez with the goal kick for Olympija. Horvat wins the header. Finds Korzek. Bartley tackles back, though. Wins the ball well. Salomon. Bartley again wins the ball. Finds Zizmund. Zizmund looking over the top's well cut out, though. Mastria, the Italian, down the line towards Duran. Duran needs some support here on the right-hand side. Comes back to Rodic. Rodic back to his centre-half in Turchnik. Turchnik switches the play out wide to the left. And Mavric. Mavric gets the ball across for Cabangu for his hat-trick. Trezor Cabangu. Hat-trick. An hour played. Fantastic move. Could have had 4 if he'd scored the penalty. It's really, really good play again by the boys. Turchnik with that switch of play to find Mavric. Mavric makes the goal again, though. Cabangu. Bartley or Cabangu could have put that in the back of the net, but Cabangu's the one who's got it, and it's 3-0 now to Aluminij. A dominating performance here over Olympija. Olympija haven't had a shot yet. We're 70 minutes into the game, they've just had their first shot, which tells you just how dominant we've been. And this is what we've been like for the second 2/3 of the season. Since we went out the cup, really, we've just been like this. We've just shut teams out. Reuter wins that header, finds Bartley. It's back with Reuter again. Finds Churchnik. Mavric comes deep to get the ball. Strides into the centre circle, looking to feed Bartley. Gets Bartley in. Bartley for 4. He's hit the top of the crossbar. It was a good effort there by Bartley. But Mavric again has made that goal, made that effort, looking for his 3rd assist of the game. And as we approach the end of the game now, we are going to shut Olympija out here. We're going to not even concede a shot on target. 3-0 win over Olympija to end the season. Cabangu with the hat-trick. Fantastic performance from the boys. And we have got a solid platform here in Slovenia to build on for next season, to try and take the fight to Maribor. 16 points the difference to make up. Now, we've done that before. Port Talbot and TNS, we've been that far, but just look how dominant we were in that game. It was absolutely fantastic. It's £104,000 as well for finishing in second place. That eases haven't got my teeth in yet. That eases some of the financial troubles that we're in. I'm going to look to move Peter on. I'm going to start another bidding war between these clubs. But guys, that's the end of our first full season here in Slovenia. Second place after a shaky start. Pretty good, and not too much work to do to close that gap to Maribor. Yes, it's 16 points, but we've scored nearly as many of them as them, and we've not conceded too many more than them. So there is stuff to build on there. We're only just ahead of Koper in second place, though. But it's been a really, really good season. Janez Horvat with 38 goals in the season tells you everything you need to know. He's had a fantastic season. But guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, we'll be back at the start of next season. I've got a summer to work through. Hopefully lots of ins and lots of outs to help us build this squad to take on the title challenge. But guys, thank you, and I'll see you all in the next episode.